Hi guys, how we going? Hello everybody. So I did my weights, I did a run, I did a dog walk. So time to just sit down, and I've got some time. My wife's just gone out with the kids, so I can actually go on here for a bit. So hope you're okay. I still need to make myself a coffee, but I thought we'd get started. Welcome to Defending Elvis Presley. So I did just do a keto live. If you want to know about the keto diet, I did that. I did a quick 10-minute live on Elvis Presley long lost footage. But the keto live, if you're interested in your health, your diet, the carnivore diet, all that, that I did that earlier on the dog walk. So Frederick just sent me a comment. So I wanted to respond to Frederick. So Frederick, you sent me. So we're still carrying on our Lisa Marie Presley Day, so I'm going to follow that. And I may be having a Riley Keough Day tomorrow. So I was thinking today, Lisa Marie Presley. Tomorrow, Riley Keough. I might cut this idea of a day dedicated to a person. I might carry that on. We'll see. I was thinking Ginger Alden. I was also thinking Jerry Schilling. So let's just see how we go. Now, today was knocked out of balance because when we found out David Briggs had passed, and coincidentally, we had a day yesterday about Linda Thompson, I sort of felt that we had to discuss that. Yeah, so the morning was altered by the news of David Briggs passing. Yeah, oh, sorry, Lorna. It was so good, Lorna. You're going to love it. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. Oh, you've really missed out, Lorna. Not really. I'm just joking. I'm just Lorna, I'm winding you up. So can I just say, Rick, something quickly came through from Frederick. I call Frederick Rick because I'm lazy. So he sends me, hey Louis, just got on here for the first time today. I came across the tidbit on here. This seems like some fairly sinister stuff that was carried out against Lisa and Danny at the start of their relationship. Riley claims at the hand of a mystery boyfriend of Priscilla. But doing the math, I thought she'd be with Marco in the 1980s. Now, if I click on it, it shows a picture of Lisa and Danny, but there's no talking. So, do you want to add anything to that? Oh, actually, there's a write-up. I can see it. Right, okay, I'm going to read it. Right, so Rick, shall I read it? Is that okay with you? So this is concerning Danny and obviously Lisa. When they thought, they were both of them were very young when they got together. Lisa was very young, wasn't she? I'm not sure how old she was. Was she 19, 18, 19? I remember Danny has a bit of a history with his grandparents, is it, with Scientology, but it does seem that Danny isn't really involved with Scientology. No. I mean, we like Danny, don't we? He was always there for Lisa, wasn't he? He's a great dad, a brilliant dad to Riley. So let me just in fact, I've had a few people send me. Let me just get it up quickly. So Rick, do you want to comment on that? Let me just let's have a look. Let me just go to my Facebook. There's a couple of things that were sent to me, probably from Rick. Let me just have a look. Let's have a look. Let me have a look. So obviously you guys know I store everything on my Louis Macready's. If any of you want to Facebook me, right, let's have a look. So I store everything here. Yeah, so let me just get my earphones on. Let's just click on a couple of bits, yeah? So this is the most recent thing that I've stored, okay, guys? Let me click on it. This gives you an idea of how I collect some of my information. Yeah, are we ready, guys?
In documents from a 2018 lawsuit, Lisa questioned why her mother was making $900,000 a year from Elvis Enterprises, despite having no stake in the company. Leading up to Lisa Marie's death, we're told things between her and Priscilla were, quote, very complicated. In documents from a 2018 lawsuit, Lisa questioned why her mother was making $900,000 a year from Elvis Enterprises, despite having no stake in the company. Leading up to Lisa Marie's death, we're told things between her and Priscilla were, quote, very complicated.
So we're going to follow
in documents from...
Right, okay, so we know about that, don't we? She was taking 900. Barry Siegel was taking 500. Right, so let me just go back. A couple of things that were sent to me. See, of course, Dave Briggs, we've discussed that. We've done our live stream today concerning Dave Briggs. So I want to get your conversation up here. I'm not in a rush, guys. I'm just taking my time. So let's have a look. Where are we? Let's have a look. Let's get your conversation up. Here we go. I'm not in a rush, guys. Okay, so let's just see if Richie... Hi, Richie boy. Riley's words, it seemed from the book. Right, okay, I'll read that. So it's from the book, yeah. So it's from here to the great unknown, is that right? My brother's trying to ring me. Hang on a minute. You know, I've just gone live. Are you coming here, are you? Yeah. No, I'll ring you back after the live in about half an hour. All right. Wow. Okay. Right. So let me just have a click on. So that's completely took my train of thought. So you know that, like, look, this was sent to me, a Dave Hebler clip. Yeah. So whenever I get things sent to me that I think are interesting, I store them here on my Louis Macready's. Then sometimes what I'll do, I'll go off and I'll research it. I'll read up on it and get a feel for it. This is how I do things. So Rick has sent that, so I've stored that. Hi, Vincenzo. Right. Okay. Right. So let's find this couple of clips with Riley Keough. Now tomorrow, I think we're going to have a Riley Keough day. Okay. I still want to do more Lisa Marie days as well. So what is this? So this was sent to me. I don't even know what this is. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's okay. I know what that is. Right. Right. So we did a really good interview today that Dan sent me. Actually, have we told Dan that we're live? We better tell Dan we're live. Dan, are you here? I thought I told everyone. I might have forgot to tell Dan. Dan. Here we go. Right, let's tell Dan we're live. Oh, I think he knows. Right, okay. Right. So, I'm faffing a bit. Kids? Kids? What am I calling you kids for? So then we have the Bitsy Mott thing. Amy, do you know anything about Bitsy Mott? Here we go. Let's click on it. Oh, no, this is what I'm doing tomorrow. So tomorrow, we are doing this. I'll click on it, let you know what it is.
Write that sentence like that.
I know. And like is constantly looking for a way to tell stories, you know, and is constant.
Guys, this is what we're doing tomorrow. I'm going to play it, make my coffee, and come back.
I think someone else.
Yeah, I think that's why she wanted to write this book.
Makes sense.
To like help someone, anyone who could read the story and relate to it, and
I think she's done that, and you've done that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Elvis a little bit. Your mother seems. I mean, who doesn't? Super casual. Let's just talk about Elvis. Your mother seems to have been so enchanted by him, but also she seemed, as a parent, very enchanting in the same way.
Yeah.
There seems to be a through line of a sort of wild lawlessness style of parenting, renting out the whole amusement park for your family. How much of that, how much was she aware of how much of him lived in her?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think she was aware, but I think she wanted that closeness.
I feel like reading this book, you can't help but take away that she became the parent.
That's what we talked about when you read the proposal. Is she like, there were all of these ways subconsciously that I think she was emanating. Him.
And what she loved about being raised by him, she was able to give you guys. It even seems like your place in Hidden Hills for a period of time had so much of what she loved about Graceland.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was hoping that maybe she had given herself that credit.
She didn't, but and I don't think I did until I wrote this, and I was like, wow, there's
it's
all
striking.
of these parallels.
Well, and also I see another parallel, which is that clearly this lives in you too. And you have another banger of a line on page 17. You say about your mother in relation to your daughter Tupelo, you say, she mothers my daughter through me.
Yeah.
And you're talking about how you realized that you were singing the same lullabies to Tupelo and changing certain letters the same way that your mother had and Elvis had for her. And I'm curious, what of the joy of Elvis and Lisa Marie do you think lives in you, and what are you carrying forward for Tupelo?
Oh, we have to listen for the answer for that. What are you carrying forward for Tupelo as well? We'll quickly listen to the answer, but this is for tomorrow. So we'll let her answer this and then we'll move on.
Well,
I think that I always say it's like this Southern style of parenting, but it's actually very specifically my family, I think. Like it is from the South, but like whatever way she was parented was how I was parented in a sense. And I also now sort of parent that way. And it's just it's really like loving and tactile and smothering and
it seems fun. It seems
suffocating.
And it seems fun. Well, guys, some of you are going to have views on what she just said. So she basically said they have similar parenting. So she's talking about Lisa's parenting, Elvis and Priscilla, Southern style parenting, but she's saying it's more her family. So obviously Elvis's style of parenting would have been, he was very loving, very soft, very kind, fun, like she had him under her thumb, but he had a certain sense of morals and rules that he would expect. So now Priscilla, can we really comment on her style of parenting? Obviously, we know all the negative stuff, don't we? Of course we do. We talk about it a lot, almost every day. So we know that there was a real seriously bad side to the style of Priscilla's parenting with Lisa. But there must have been the other side as well, the nurturing side as well. So when when Riley says that comment, it's quite interesting. When Priscilla was in a good mood and not being selfish, trying to be a proper mother, was she a good mother to Lisa? Sometimes. I ask you that, guys. Put it in the comments. Do you understand? That's what Riley just said then, sort of goes against what we all think. So it's a tough one, guys. But this is for tomorrow. But I'll let you guys quickly comment on that. Yeah? I'm going to play it one more time while I get my coffee. And you'll understand what I mean.
Graceland.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was hoping that maybe she had.
Well, yeah, I like Frederick's comment. Frederick said that maybe she's talking more about Gladys and Vernon, their parenting with Elvis. Now, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. Let's listen to it again.
Given herself that credit.
She didn't, but like, yeah, and I don't think I did until I wrote this, you know, and I was like, wow, there's
it's
all
striking.
of these parallels.
Yeah. Well, and also I see another parallel,
coffee.
which is that clearly this lives in you too. And you have another banger of a line on page 17. You say about your mother in relation to your daughter Tupelo. You say she mothers my daughter through me.
Yeah.
And you're talking about how you realized that you were singing the same lullabies to Tupelo and changing certain letters the same way that your mother had and Elvis had for her. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious, what of the joy of Elvis and Lisa Marie do you think lives in you, and what are you carrying forward for Tupelo?
I think that I always say it's like this Southern style of parenting, but it's actually very specifically my family, I think, you know, like it is from the South, but like whatever way she was parented was how I was parented in a sense. And I also now sort of parent that way. And it's just this, it's really like loving and tactile and smothering and
it seems fun. It seems
suffocating and no boundaries. But it is. Yeah, like I thought putting in the way that my family in the South spoke to each other in this totally insane way kind of could help paint the picture of like
absolutely
the wildness of.
But also the specificity of a family, right?
Yeah.
Your family.
Right, I'm going back again. Right, sorry, I got to play that again. So let's just read your comments first, because I'm a little bit confused by that. Let's read your comments. So Priscilla had no sense of mothering. That's Deborah. I would think she was talking Elvis's parenting period, not Priscilla. Thank you, Frederick. Stacey agrees. Dan, very little of Priscilla's parenting could be said to be good, which that's how we all feel, isn't it? We all feel that Priscilla was terrible. Like, obviously, of course, what went on here. Also, how she dragged Lisa away from Elvis. Even the fact that she was unfaithful with Steve Peck months after Lisa was born. So we're like in shock. Yeah, we're in shock, aren't we? We're like, oh my God, you know, like the worst parent that's ever lived. Yeah, really selfish, only thought about herself. Yeah. So let me just get some water. Someone put some more water in this coffee. I got my coffee. I'm happy. Right. So now I've got my coffee. I'm all sorted. Butter coffee, guys. You know we are all addicted to butter coffee. So I want to really listen to that little bit before we jump forward. Yeah. Priscilla had no love for Lisa. Let's have a look. Lisa's time with Elvis as opposed to when Priscilla removed her to California. Right, I'm getting it. Yeah, so it's a timeline. She's talking about Elvis's family, not Scylla. Thank you. Richie boy, how are you today? She wasn't a loving mother. If she was, she wouldn't have put her in Scientology. Well, that's... Come on, we know how extreme Priscilla's mistakes were. Priscilla's mistakes. But surely she wasn't standing there acting like the devil 24/7. Surely. Do you know what I mean by that, guys? As horrible as she was and all the horrible mistakes she made, she wasn't a dragon breathing fire. She was still a human being. She had a baby. Yeah? She gave birth to the baby. The type of, obviously, what you do with a baby. But then we know that 4 months, 3 months, maybe 2 months after Lisa was born, she's unfaithful, which is pretty nuts, isn't it? It's pretty mind-blowing, isn't it? It's like our brain doesn't compute. How does a mum who's just had a baby, just got married, that's with Elvis Presley, in a beautiful home, beautiful life, everything she could ever dream of, how does it compute in our brain as fans that she could be unfaithful and sleep with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, and Lisa's still in nappies? It's pretty nuts, guys. Pretty nuts. Doesn't make any sense to anybody. It was filmed last November after she got back from the Rosebush pruning shoot. Let us more about the Rosebush pruning shoot. It's obviously a film, yeah? She will have had love for her, but made so many mistakes, putting Lisa last. Yes, I agree with that, Richie. I don't want to defend Priscilla, but in the 80s, Scientology was seen as kind of cool and new age in La La Land of Hollywood. It didn't have a reputation it has now. I understand that. Bill, all we have is babies, but not one of us have had an affair with another woman. With another woman. Yeah. Hi all, truly, you are right. Priscilla did not want Lisa to enjoy freedom, to be herself, because she wanted Lisa to be different from the way Elvis was raising her. Right, let me read that again. Hi, Ryan. Hi. Trudy, you are right. Now let's look at Trudy's comment. Where is it? It seems Elvis gave Lisa the freedom to be herself. Okay, I like that. I believe that. Trudy, you are right. Priscilla did not want Lisa to enjoy freedom to be herself because she wanted Lisa to be different from the way Elvis was raising her. And Orion, I've read about this. Priscilla didn't want Lisa to be a singer. She didn't want Lisa to be famous. I've seen it in interviews. Even Lisa says she wanted her to be like, I think I'm trying to remember the interview. She said something like she wanted her to be a lawyer or something. Yeah. Did any of you see that? I've seen the interview. Was it on Oprah? She clearly said, you know, one of the common things that she says is she had about Lisa being a singer, she had big shoes to fill. Yeah, I've heard her say that a few times. So I agree with that. I agree that Priscilla very much was trying to control Lisa's choices on being an adult, what to do as an adult. I wonder, just out of interest, do any of you know, was Priscilla up for the Danny Keough relationship? Because obviously it was very young. They met at a Scientology party, is that right? Did Priscilla go along with it? Did Priscilla like Danny Keough? I don't really know the answer to that. So yeah, Orion, I get your comment. Elvis should have gotten full custody of Lisa Marie. I think we all feel that way. She would have been so much happier, and we would have avoided the alleged abuse of Michael Edwards. We want him arrested. We want justice for Lisa Marie. We want Michael Edwards arrested, and we want Priscilla arrested because she was the responsible parent who was supposed to keep Lisa safe, and she didn't. But I'm trying not to go to... That's not our main topic today. Everything we say is alleged for entertainment purposes. Just opinions. So, right, let's have a look. So I'm going to quickly... I want to play that comment one more time, then we're going to get back to what we were going to do.
I'm curious, what of the joy of Elvis and Lisa Marie do you think lives in you, and what are you carrying forward for Tupelo?
I think that I always say it's like this Southern style of parenting, but it's actually very specifically my family, I think. You know,
Yeah.
like it is from the South, but like whatever way she was parented was how I was parented in a sense. And
Yeah, so there we got Frederick. That goes against what you just said. It's whatever way that Lisa was parented. She's talking about her mum. I find that very interesting. Guys, seriously, I find that very interesting. I like to think she's more talking about Elvis. That's what I think. Elvis's Southern style, his charm, his good nature, his kindness, loving, fun, funny, his energy, his aura. Get it? I like to think she's talking about Elvis. That's how I see that. Rosebush, right? Okay, so Rosebush Pruning was a film in Barcelona before and after Keough's book appearances. It stars Riley, Callum Turner, Pamela Anderson. Okay, so I don't know that film, but I'd like to watch it. I don't think Danny liked Priscilla either. Okay, I didn't know that. Richie boy, thank you. So that's interesting. Does anyone know anything about that? Frederick is quite an expert on Riley Keough and her life. Frederick, do you think that Danny liked Priscilla? That's my question. She's definitely talking about Elvis's family there. Well, no, she's not. I'll reword it. Richie boy, let's really listen to it. I think, unless I've read it wrong, heard it wrong, she's talking about her Priscilla's mum and dad. Let's have a listen together, yeah?
And I was hoping that maybe she had given herself that credit.
She didn't, but and I don't think I did until I wrote this, and I was like, wow, there's
it's
all
striking.
these parallels.
Well, and also I see another parallel, which is that clearly this lives in you too. And you have another banger of a line on page 17. You say about your mother in relation to your daughter Tupelo. You say, she mothers my daughter through me.
Yeah.
And you're talking about how you realized that you were singing the same lullabies to Tupelo and changing certain letters the same way that your mother had and Elvis had for her. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious, what of the joy of Elvis and Lisa Marie do you think lives in you, and what are you carrying forward for Tupelo?
Right, remember, let's really listen to this, because I want to get off this, but I want to also finish this, what we're talking about, just this one point. It's important, guys. I tend to agree with a few of you that she's more talking about Elvis. I do get that feeling, but let's play it.
I think that I always say it's like this Southern style of parenting, but it's actually very specifically my family. I think, it is from the South, but whatever way she was parented was how I was parented in a sense, and I also now sort of parent that way, and it's just this. It's really loving and tactile and smothering and
it seems fun.
So we know that Lisa was loving, tactile, smothering. She definitely was. Lisa worshipped her kids. It's doted on them. Even today we played something and the interviewer said, was talking about, Lisa, her rebellious stage. Yeah. Lisa was clearly admitting that she was hard work. Yeah. That little clip. Yeah. I played it for you guys. It's like a 2-minute clip. And then the guy says to her, could anyone make you do anything? I don't know if you guys remember that. Could anyone make you do anything? He's asking Lisa. And then Lisa says, no, nobody can make me do anything. I was going to do what I was going to do, except my children. She throws that in right at the end. Except my children. We know Lisa absolutely worshipped, doted Riley, Ben, and the twins. Worshipped them like, you know what I mean, guys. So when I hear that little sentence there, where Riley relates it back to Lisa's parents, I struggle with that. I like to think she's talking about Elvis. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I know who her child is, Richie boy. Come on, give me that much credit. Right, let's have a look. I mean, she said the South, that's where the Presleys came from. Yeah, I know that's where they came from. But she actually says in that comment, well, actually, it's not the South. It's the way I was parented. That's what she says. The question was parenting of Elvis and Lisa. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. She's talking about, come on, guys, let's do it properly. Let's not see rose-tinted versions. She says, the way I was parented and the way she was parented. Yeah, that's what she says. And when she says she was parented, she means her mum. Her mum, yeah? I really have no idea on Danny's feelings towards Priscilla. I've never seen any evidence of Danny and Priscilla were close, but in retrospect, Priscilla seems to think Danny wasn't too bad now after Jackson. Okay. All right, I don't really know, honestly. Dan, I definitely agree with that. The smothering came from Elvis. Priscilla was definitely not smothering with love. And I agree with that. I agree with that. That's why this comment is a bit, surprised me a bit. Lisa was too much like her father. Priscilla did not like that. I agree with that. 100%. Come on. She was the female version of her dad. Very clear. Priscilla hated all Lisa's marriages, all boyfriends, except Michael Lockwood, who she was very close to. And I have heard that many times. I think most of us will probably agree with that, yeah? I think she's talking about Elvis type of parenting. Yeah. I think that is the only thing that makes sense to me, that she's more referring to Elvis. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Suffocating. No boundaries. But it is. Yeah, like I thought putting in the way that my family in the South spoke to each other in this totally insane way kind of could help paint the picture of like
absolutely
the wildness of,
but also the specificity.
So the thing we know about Lisa is that, you know, she was very soft. She didn't even really force them to go to school, did she? If they wanted a bunk school, Lisa would let them. She was very laid back, very like a very cool mum. A very cool mum, yeah? Do we agree with that, guys? Right. Yeah, I agree. She obviously she names her child Tupelo about Southern parenting, which is Elvis's family, and she named her child Tupelo from the South. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we're going to do this interview. We're going to do all of it tomorrow, the whole interview. I was just giving you a quick flash while I make my coffee. So I wanted to play, I wanted to play some Lisa Marie clips. What is this? I just like the little look here. Let me just see what this is.
In 2006, Priscilla Presley accidentally mentioned during an Oprah interview that Elvis was still alive.
Because he didn't really know.
Oh, no, I shouldn't have clicked on that. But I know what we were doing now. We were reading Rick's thing. That's right, I just remembered. Let me read Rick's thing. So Rick sent me something. Elvis is still alive. Richie, is that you saying that? Let's have a look. So I want to read Rick's thing. Where are we? Okay. Let's click on it. Is it going to let me read it? Here we go. Right. So I think this is from the book. Yeah. My mum wasn't thrilled to her. Danny was just a really good looking wild musician with no real job and no prospects. This wasn't something a parent would want for their kid. She told me I needed somebody more distinguished, more established. Yeah, and I've read this. This is in the book, isn't it? Yeah. So there we are. This gives us a feeling of what Priscilla felt about Danny. Yeah. One day at her house, her latest boyfriend, Michael Edwards, was out of the picture by then. So Michael Edwards was gone. Took Danny down to the tennis court, and when they got back, Danny was pale. Nobody knew what the hell that boyfriend really did. He was always busy having meetings, but nobody ever knew what he was meeting about. So I don't know which boyfriend. Is she talking about Marco? You tell me, guys. Actually, I'm trying to work it out now. Oh, no, she can't be talking. No, actually, she could be. Guys, you tell me, who's she talking about? He was very... I can't even read that. The day at the tennis court, the guy told Danny I would throw him out when I was done with him, that he would lose all his dreams and goals because the thing was so much bigger than him, that I didn't care about him or love him. The boyfriend said that it wasn't love, it was ownership. Not very loyal boyfriend, is it? There were multiple attempts to get my father away from my mum in order to gain control of her, and the tennis court was the first such attempt. My mum was all emotion. She could feel her way through anything, but she wasn't cerebral. My father is deeply intelligent, and that threatened people. He was a problem because he made it harder to control her. There were attempts to have me aborted, attempts to have him followed, incriminated, but he also came back swinging until it nearly killed him to protect her. While my dad was on tour, the boyfriend hired a private investigator. My dad passed and told my mum what they discovered was so terrible and dark that he couldn't even tell her. When my dad got back from the tour, my mum incredibly distant and cold towards him. And when my dad found out why, he and my mum immediately went to meet with the boyfriend, except from here. Yeah, so this is from here to the great unknown. Okay. Right, okay. I need to absorb that. I need to sort of read that a few times. Let's just check your comments. Where are we? Oh, Pat's bought me a coffee. Anyone wants to buy me a coffee, guys? Thank you. Thank you so much, Pat. You're very kind to me. So seriously, guys, it means a lot to me when you get me a coffee. I love it. I'm like that. I'm sad. I need a pat on the back sometimes. I like it. Right, let's have a go. So Priscilla hated all Lisa's marriages. We've done that. I think she's talking about Elvis. Right, so we've got Riley says Southern. Priscilla was not anything Southern, but that's true. She tries to make us think she's Southern. Didn't she do that at the what was the latest thing she did? She did a little speech, didn't she? Oh, I know, in the Bad Newheim interview that we had, the YouTuber secretly filmed the interview. And there was an audience there in Germany, and she tries to talk like she's a Southern lady. She does. We know she doesn't even like Memphis. Come on. Seriously, guys, we know, don't we? She never liked Memphis. She didn't want to live at Gracelands. She's a Californian girl. She's a Hollywood girl. Come on, we know that about Priscilla. Yeah. Louis, why did Priscilla say in Germany that Lisa Marie was at camp when Elvis died, when she was at the Graceland? I think Priscilla is losing her memory. Yeah. I can't explain it. Honestly, guys, I can't explain it. I don't understand why it's something so blatant. Unless she's toying with us, manipulating us. Unless she's so some people are saying that it was intentional because of the court case with Bridget Cruz. She wants to come across as having dementia or something. I can't answer that. I actually don't know. So, I wonder where... Right, okay. Right, so, yeah, so we're going to do that. Now, I found... it was Dan. Dan has sent me a brilliant YouTube channel. Right, let me just... I highly recommend this YouTube channel. I'm going to get it up for you guys. It's got an unusual title. Let's get the history. If we can find... Actually, I might remember the name of it. Was it... I think it's MMJJLMFP. Is that it? No? Let's go back. It's got a funny... Let me just get it up, guys. I think I definitely recommend this YouTube channel, as long as I can find the bloody thing. Is that it? There we are.
And a
Let me
size.
pause it. So, guys, just so you know, so you can get it up and watch it yourself. MJJLMFPP. So, this surprisingly has a lot of stuff on it. Lots of little clips of... I think he's the guy who's doing this. Let me just click on it.
We're always excited.
The guy who's got this channel, MJJLMF. So Lisa Marie Effin Presley, and I'm guessing the MJ is Michael Jackson. Yeah, this has got loads of things on it, guys, that are very interesting. So what I wanted to do is just introduce this channel to you guys. Louis, you're spot on playing. She's playing stupid, yeah. Elvis did not keep Priscilla in prison. Definitely not. Definitely not. Priscilla did not like Memphis or the South. She was born in Brooklyn. Yeah, I agree with that. Right, so I'm trying to push this live stream more towards Lisa Marie Presley. I'm trying to not talk about Priscilla too much. I'm trying to move away from constantly talking about Priscilla. So what I thought I could do is introduce this YouTube channel, MJJ Lisa Marie Presley. Guys, subscribe to it. This is a good channel. Just want to quickly turn the oven on, and then we're going to start playing some clips from that YouTube channel. Okay. All right. Who is it? Right. Okay. So, my plan is we're going to play a few clips from this YouTube channel. Then I've only got about half an hour. Then I got to ring my brother. So let's do it.
We're always excited to have her back. We think of her as sort of a founding star here. Good Morning America's Lisa Marie Presley. It was her first performance ever, by the way, live on GMA. Do you remember?
Oh, God, yes, I remember.
Knees knocking?
Yeah, everything knocking.
Well, she has a great new CD out. It's called Now What? It's in the stores. It's intense and dynamic. And the song on it, everybody's been quoting this and laughing about it because it's a song called Idiot that you're going to perform for us. And it has a line in it, I don't know a woman who hasn't wanted to say this at one point, I'm about as happy for you as I would be a cockroach in my food. Ever felt like that? Did it make you happy to write that line?
I was so excited when I wrote this song. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I was kicking my legs and screaming and yelling outside when I got the lyrics just right. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but I had a lot of fun writing it.
Get it out, say it. So you've been on tour. We've been doing breakfast all morning. What do you have for breakfast on tour? Do you do as your mother said and have breakfast every morning?
Well, usually yes. I mean, I have egg whites or something really light. I can't eat 4 hours before I sing, so usually it's something like grain cereal or egg whites. Nothing too exciting.
Well, as I said earlier, we told everybody that cold pizza is the new trend in breakfast. I'm going to be there.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be good for me.
All right, you're going on tour again?
Yes, I think we're going at the end of June. We're going back out. Second leg, we just finished the first one, and I just lost my voice, and it's just now coming back, so.
All right.
Live TV is always fun when that's happening.
Okay, here, her voice just now coming back. Her knees no longer knocking. It's Idiot from Lisa Marie Presley.
And I love that song. But, someone just asked me, it's called this YouTube channel, it's called MJJLMFP, all small letters. MJJLMFP. So there's almost no milk left, so you know my words. Right, okay. I've got a chicken cooking, we're having salad and all that stuff. So my son's just walked in. Right, so we're introducing this channel for a little while. We're just going to find some little clips off it and play them. Now, I've already played this one, but I want to play it again.
And a seismic rebellion against her mother, actress Priscilla Presley. What happened to them may console any parent who thinks they have it tough. So is your mom a rebel?
Not at all. Not at all. No, we're like black and white, she and I.
Now, there's a few bits in this, guys, you're not going to like, but I'm going to play it anyway, okay?
I'm so like, rawr, you know, and so not, I'm so the opposite of her. Like, I just broke every social barrier she's ever had. I am pretty, you know, I'm pretty unsolicited, unedited, no holds barred in my speech patterns and my behavior. She's a beautiful person, you know, and she's very soft-spoken and very sweet and very this, and I'm just like this, like a bull in her china shop.
What was the worst thing you did?
God, must we do this? The worst thing, I think it was consistently just bad behavior, period, you know.
Drugs?
Yeah. See,
lot?
but you know, the thing is, I did drugs from when I was, I think it was 14 to 17, completely stopped, right? No.
Can I just say something? Obviously, because don't forget, this is America. So she's saying she took drugs from 14 to 17. But honestly, guys, come on. Wasn't that... I don't want to... I'm completely against drugs. But isn't that completely normal for that age group in America at that decade? Yeah, 2005, whatever it is. I mean, she's talking about when she was 17. So what would have that been? 1995 or something? The point I'm trying to say is she didn't do drugs because she was Priscilla's daughter, Elvis's daughter. She did drugs because she was a typical teenager between the ages of 14 and 17. You know, I just completely normal. We don't agree with it. We don't want them to do it, but that is pretty standard stuff for a teenager. You know, that's my point.
Never again. Never touched it again. What happened was I was just really out of control, and my mom, she put me in the castle in Hollywood. The castle that I would be.
So when she says the castle in Hollywood, I'm guessing that's Scientology. Is that right?
Watched and controlled, and you know, kept, because she kicked me out of the house.
She did?
Yeah.
What did your mother say?
She called me and said, there are, you know, oh, Lisa, there's helicopters outside the house, and they're saying you married Michael Jackson. And
I mean, she has clearly admitted that the Michael Jackson marriage was like, she didn't tell her mum, it was just happening.
I was just quiet. And she goes, you didn't. She goes, you didn't. And I go, yeah, I did. And then it was just like, you know, that was game on for me. Woo, mom doesn't like it, let's go. I don't know.
But she didn't know you were going to get married?
No. No, that was quick. That was like, run away, do this, quick.
That is pretty nuts, mind, isn't it? Not telling your mum you're getting married, that's pretty crazy.
Thing.
So, partly it was a good way just to torment her a little.
Maybe.
She married the biggest star of her time. You were going to marry the biggest music star of your time.
No, I don't think it was that premeditated. I knew she really didn't want me to do that, and I understand. At that time, I was still kind of in that mode. It was just her reaction to my even dating him. It was like, you know, typical mother-daughter, like, oh, you don't like him? Good. He's going to be my husband, type thing. It's terrible.
You'll go to great lengths to prove a point, and nobody could stop you from doing it.
Hell no. Nobody can stop me from doing anything, which is the really sad part about it. Unless, you know, it's my children, but they don't always know.
So, okay, yeah, so Frederick, yeah, I mean, my generation was more drinking. It was drinking, you know, the mid-80s, we were having a drink. It wasn't really drugs. You know, there was pot, and I'm trying to remember what was around when I was in the late 80s. I'm trying to remember. It was, to be honest with you, it was drinking a beer. Yeah, a vodka. So Debbie says it was not for all teenagers, but what she went through probably made her do it. Well, of course, we all know what she went through. She's put it in her book. So definitely that would have had an effect. But I will say that it was pretty common in America for teenagers to be taking the drugs. I think the reason I mention it is because I'm trying to say, I'm defending her. I'm saying she just did what all the other teenagers did. That's what I'm trying to say. It was pretty normal. Yeah. So Richie says, I think she took them because she couldn't cope with everything she went through. Yeah, there's no doubt. No doubt. The daughter of Elvis Presley, a mother, a very selfish mother that always was off with the boyfriends, off with her own career. And she was a teenager, a rebellious teenager. In my opinion, Lisa was all alone with no one, so she turned to drugs. All alone. I think if you're when you say all alone, do you go into that a bit more? Because obviously she must have had friends, family, and cousins, uncles, and aunties, and blah 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 blah. You get it? Get what I'm saying? So when you say all alone, do you mean didn't have proper parents? Is that what you mean? Because that makes more sense. Because Elvis, obviously had passed. Priscilla was more interested in her career and her boyfriends. Yeah. So is that what you mean? A lot of people I knew took drugs, and including both my sisters. Yeah, come on, it was very common, guys. I was lucky. I skipped it. Me and my twin brother, we skipped that drug thing. We didn't have to do it. So, all right, I got it. That's a good way of putting it. Richie boy, alone in herself. Ah, right. Okay, thank you. That makes more sense. Thank you, Richie boy. Yeah, she probably used drugs as an escape. Yeah, I agree with that. But doesn't everyone that takes drugs use it as an escape? I'm on about the teenagers now. Isn't that what they're doing? Yeah, it's an escape, isn't it? Surely it is. Yeah. Elvis family, who said she loved Priscilla, kept her from everyone. Right, so let's see what else. I want to keep going through this this YouTube channel because I just think it seems really good. Right, let's see what's on it. Let's just click on it. I'm only going to play the short ones. I got to stay away from the music because otherwise it'll just get blocked. Let's have a look. Should we try this one? Now, I'm a bit worried because I don't want to play any music. Let's have a look. No, I can't play that. Let me just click on it. Pause it. I just want to make sure that I get past the music. Okay, guys? All right, it does look like... Because what it is, YouTube literally can block the live. If I play the music, it can block the live. I don't want them to do that. Right, let's try this.
Well, as we change topic, music history is about to be made. Lisa Marie Presley, yes, with that famous last name, tomorrow releases her
I can't hear that. Can you hear that, guys?
To whom it may concern, a very personal statement, and Lisa Marie Presley.
No, that's not giving me any sound.
Is here this morning on 1 hour sleep. Well done.
So, guys, any of you hearing that? I can't hear that.
For families of some of the military.
Yes.
Would make you nervous and
there's no sound
especially
on that.
for them?
Of course.
Are you hearing it, guys?
It's a little odd being, after all this news I was just watching. I'm
give me a
promoting my
yes.
record thing when
come on
I
here.
just heard what
Right.
I know, it's a strange time, isn't it?
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And yet, when I was
working.
over there, and I've said it before, everybody over there keeps saying, give us music. Give us people again so that we can see it overseas, too.
Yeah.
Your new album, about to hit. It's really going to happen. This thing you did is going to happen. Now, you told me, and I couldn't believe it, you told me you honestly did not sing for Danny, your husband. You didn't sing for anybody outside, for all...
So I've never seen this before, guys.
these years, what, 20 years you didn't sing?
No, 10.
10 years. And you told me that you had to have a 6-pack of beer before you could go into the studio.
That's correct.
That must have been a great performance.
Yeah, it was, I just accomplished what I needed to quickly. I needed to see if I could. So it sort of broke the barriers.
Did you believe right
nervousness.
away when they said, yes, do this thing?
It was kind of my idea to do an Aretha Franklin song at the time, which is not easy because I'm quite white. It's not easy to sing Aretha songs, but I pulled it off in 5 takes, but it took a 6-pack to have that happen.
And now, when you hear the album, have you heard you've got a couple of songs that are playing already on the radio. When you hear them, have you heard them by accident when you're flipping through?
Yeah, last night actually, someone turned the radio on in the hotel room.
And
they started yelling, woo, you know. Yeah.
You're happy?
I'm happy, yeah, I am.
You know, a lot of reaction to the interview that we did last week. And a couple of things. First of all, everybody's saying the same thing that you've heard your whole life, I guess, how much you look like your dad.
She sure does, guys.
It must, in some ways, be kind of tiring to have that be the first reaction everybody has.
Is it me, guys? Is it me? Or she looks tired? Do you agree? She looks tired in this.
Not really. I'm okay.
Yeah? And you told me that when you see yourself perform sometimes, you keep wondering, you know, why are you doing those things that remind everybody of him and you of him?
Right.
Right, let me get... I gotta get past the music, guys. Let's have a look. Otherwise, it's just gonna block it. Right. Let's keep going.
Military families are there, and I remember the famous picture of your dad joining the Army. It's still sort of a famous image in everybody's mind that he went off too. So I know your military connections are pretty strong here. So now, have you had any reaction from the legendary Mr. Jackson or Mr. Cage?
No, I don't. No. Nick and I talk more regularly than I haven't spoken to Michael. I'm sure he's mad.
She's such a nosy question, isn't it? These interviewers, they got no respect. They have to bring up the exes, don't they? Like,
no, I think he gave it. I think he gave a statement
that he was going to be a gentleman, which kind of insinuates that I am not being a lady. Maybe because I said what I said, but I don't know. That's all I heard.
So, what is going to happen now? You're going to start touring. And you're going to start performing a lot, so your knees are not going to knock, right?
No, what's happening right now is that the baby's getting thrown in the bathwater. Like, you know, most bands rehearse and have a runway and they get signed and they're excited by the time the record comes out to go perform live. Well, my first performance was in front of just a huge critic. Second one was NARM. Third one was GMA. And then I got to do Letterman, so it's kind of like I'm on this, my stress levels are a bit over the top.
What do you do for nerves? What do you do when you're...
yeah, Richie boy, I do agree with you. She, I don't know, she does something don't feel right. Yeah, it's like she don't want to be there. Yeah?
Panicking.
I haven't quite figured that out yet because the level of panic right now is getting kind of out of control.
Again, I think people, again, because you've been in the public eye so much, nobody can believe how shy you are about it and how what it takes for you now to come forward and let it be for you by your own design.
Right.
So good luck with it.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, a huge concert right here on Good Morning America, Lisa Marie Presley. As I say, you can wake up now.
Oh, I need some sunglasses right now.
I know, this was
You
tough.
look beautiful, by the way. I don't know how you do this every day.
Thank you.
I look beautiful.
Well, it took about 20 people working on me 2 hours, but thank you very much. I credit my team. Anyway, it's good to have you here. We'll
Thank
take a
you.
break and be back.
Okay.
Thanks.
She's still lovely, isn't she? She's still lovely. She's, you know, you can't... Right, let's, right, so guys, let's have a look. So let me just play, I can only play a couple more, then I'm gonna have to go, guys, but let me just have a look. Let's see what else is here. What's this? Janet Jackson with Lisa Marie. Should we play that?
Yes, move! Security! Janet, Lisa!
Well, this is an interesting stage you've got here. How did this happen? We've been friends for a while.
I mean, Lisa looks gorgeous.
It's just a part of me. That's what I grew up listening to. Different types of classical music, the Beatles, to the Bee Gees, to the Rolling Stones. It's my family.
Janet on top there. Can we get you guys to turn around this way? Oh, great. Thank you. Turn around.
Very fascinating, isn't it? Fascinating. Janet Jackson. Let's see what else we can find here, guys. Come on, we're only interested in seeing Lisa. We want Lisa. Lisa. What's this? I'm going to try and find the ones that are a bit shorter. Let's have a look. What's this? Right, what is this? It says here, Michael Jackson, Lisa Marie, and Danny Keough love triangle. I can't have music, mate. Alright, it's pictures. No, I can't do that. Can't do the music, guys. I'll tell you what I could do. I'll turn off the music, and I'll just press play, see what happens. Let's pause it. Lisa cracks up. She blames Michael's sick games. I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I found out that Michael Jackson and Lisa got married, I was shocked. I was really surprised. Really surprised. Lisa Marie owns story. Michael was a scared little boy. Right. Okay. Is that talking there? Let's have a look. No. Go on.
And for Michael.
Right,
And I did stupid things too. And like I was very torn because I broke up my family. I left my husband for Michael. And I was having a hard time trying to process that.
That's right.
So, I mean, I've read a few things. I think she regretted leaving Danny. And even when she was with Michael Jackson, she missed Danny, didn't she? And they stayed very close. They were still very good friends even after the breakup, even after she married Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson had a bit of a problem that Lisa wanted to stay friends with Danny. Yeah? Which makes sense because they had kids, didn't they? 2 kids. So, Ben and Riley.
But you know, it's happened where he and I had this, you know, people trying to stop that, and it was really tough because sometimes, you know, I understood it that was uncomfortable, but at the same time, that was probably one of the toughest periods I've ever gone through, was when somebody actually got me to not talk to him, or to watch my conversations with him and tell me what I could and couldn't say to him, and what was right and what wasn't, and the way he walked in the door was really upsetting. And you know, it was this craziness that happened for a long time that I let someone get away with, and convinced me that's not normal. And I was like, and I went for it, and that was like the worst time of me and Danny's life, I think, in that time period, because it was like, wait, but we're not doing this for us, we're doing it for them, and there's a whole bigger picture here, you know. And just because you have children doesn't mean, and you're divorced doesn't mean that you don't have a responsibility, and that you don't have
or that you can't.
While I was with
Well, that was interesting. Right, let's keep going.
Michael, I was still trying to process what I had done. I never could feel good about it. I felt like, how could I have done that to somebody? And I had these 2 little ones, and Danny was still very much part of my life. Michael didn't quite know what to do with that sometimes, and that made him uncomfortable, and I understood that.
Yeah, so this is the bit I've heard about, that Michael Jackson couldn't handle the fact that it was still very important to Lisa to stay close friends with Danny, yeah? I think Danny and Lisa had quite a special love. I really do.
That Michael would wonder, why are you in Hawaii with Danny? I would take a vacation and Danny would go. And Michael would get upset, and where are you? And then he would disappear for a couple weeks, and I couldn't find him, or, you know, things would make...
Yeah, so I've heard about this, that Michael Jackson, well, I'm just finishing now. Michael Jackson couldn't handle that she wanted to stay friends with Danny. I heard about this, and he would go off for weeks in a huff because of it.
Him uncomfortable, and when I would do things that would make Michael uncomfortable, if he got uncomfortable or felt vulnerable, he would ice you out as a mechanism. He'd push you away and ice you. It was like a shark sometimes. And
So that was Michael Jackson's way of dealing with it, to literally like cut you off for a few weeks, 2-3 weeks, which must have been pretty crazy, which explains why they ended up splitting up. I don't think you know, just as a fan, I don't think Lisa was ever going to act like she didn't know Danny, because Danny's the father of Riley and Benjamin. So, and she, you know, Lisa always loved Danny, even though the love may have changed. So interesting, guys. Right. So I think, let's have a look. So, you know, I mean, there, they don't look happy, do they? There, that in that picture, Lisa doesn't look right in that. You know, she had a very up and down life, didn't she? Oh, well, guys, right. So I'm going to have to go now. He made a lot of a lot of people uncomfortable. So, guys, I'm going to have to go because my brother wants me to call him. So I like this YouTube channel, MJJLMFP. Yeah. So I do want to carry on playing some more videos from this channel. So I'm going to have a bit of a Riley Keough day tomorrow, hopefully. I want to play some Lisa things as well. So tomorrow, we're going to do a bit of Riley Keough and a bit of Lisa Marie Presley. We're going to try and concentrate on that tomorrow. Okay, guys? The whole day. Riley and Keough. I mean, Riley and Lisa tomorrow. Yeah? I am trying to move away from the Priscilla. It's too much. It's too much. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Thanks to everyone. I appreciate everyone. We've done a few good lives today, I think. I appreciate all of you, all your comments. It's been fun, guys. Take care, all of you, and I'll be back tomorrow morning. Take care. Love you all.